Just brought down my first bale. Got a little bit of hay left here. I am about to plant potatoes. Kaye here on the homestead. This is where I planted last year. And this entire mound was potatoes, and I harvested them and then covered the mound back over for the fall and winter. And as you can see, I missed a couple of potatoes from last year. There's one over there, one down here. So I'm just going to add to that. I brought one bale of hay. Last year I had a round bale, just I rolled it over. You've got to see that video. I'll link it at the top. How I wrangled. That was pretty funny. Anyway, I have square bales now, so it won't be as, it won't work as well because that was like a blanket, and then once I got it on there, it was just perfect. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get this planted before it gets hot. We're still about 56 degrees right now. Hey everybody, Kaye here on the homestead in Tennessee. And you know, potatoes are a survival food. Everybody should be growing potatoes. And use what you have. That's what I did last year, and I'm gonna do the same thing. This mound of topsoil, which I paid a good price for having delivered, never got put into place on a third terrace. That was my plan last year. It still may happen, but right now it's time to plant potatoes, and for Zone A, this is favorable for root crops, according to the Farmer's Almanac. Be sure and consult the Farmer's Almanac or the biodynamic calendar, however you wish to do it, because hey, if we go to all the trouble, let's build upon the experience of gardeners and farmers from decades past, and if they say this is when it's favorable to do it then. That's what I'm going to do today. So here's an overview of the landscape to work with, and I've got to go up and get my potatoes, and I'm going to get started. But be sure and check out all of my growing potatoes videos, because you can learn a lot. I've grown potatoes in raised beds, grow bags, pots, a mound, and just straight up in the garden. Okay, I think I have everything. I've got bug spray, I've got my drink with water and rhyolite. I've got organic humus compost. Down there is all of my azomite and bone meal. Here I have a few store-bought potatoes that were sprouting. Organic potatoes, you want to make sure they're organic, because otherwise they likely were sprayed with something to keep them from sprouting. These have been sitting there for a while. You know, when you chip potatoes and you seal it with cornstarch, that's my secret tip. When you do that, you can plant right away. And because of weather, and I was trying to go by the almanac, they just did not get planted. These are Carib. These are from Territorial Seed. And these are Yellowfin. And I think everything below that is the, what was it called? I think the name is inside. Yeah, but all of those down there are the potatoes, the seed potatoes I got from the store. And they're an all blue potato. The great thing about working on a mound is, you know, you're not all the way down at the ground, you're kind of leaning against it. Got the gloves, and I actually use these. This soil is not too hard and compacted, and I'm just gonna stick this in, take out a scoop, and place it right back. So let's go. Okay, this is the first little batch. Just gonna dig a small hole, put in the amendments, cover it over, and then at the end I'll cover the whole mound with hay. This is sort of a Ruth Stout modified method, because basically all I'm doing is giving a little indentation, and then the main covering will be a thick layer of hay. But because it's a mound, I'm giving them a little bit of a pocket to sit in so that rains don't, you know, dislodge and all that. Okay, this is what it looks like after I put the mixed up azomite and bone meal. Just put a little spoonful, and then I'm going to put a spoonful of compost in each one. Okay, I'm moving right along. I'm on to my second variety. That's I thought I'd just hit the existing potato with a little compost and amendments. And I've got another variety all pocketed and covered. You always want to plant with the sprout up. And you'll notice I'm working along the ridge so that I don't have to, and then I'm going to do the sides, see, so I don't have to traipse back over the sides. I'm going to work along the ridge until I run out of ridge, and then, hi there, and then I'll do the sides. And I've got a nice little mound over there. It looks like a potato. Almost looks like a potato coming up there. Let's check it out. Yes, it sure is. Potato coming up way down here. I don't even think we planted one, but let's hit it with a little amendment. Maybe it'll help the development. We'll hit it with a little compost. I confess there's a fair amount of bending doing this way, but now I have the yellow fin in their pockets. I'm going to cover them up, and then I'm just going to work around the sides for the all purple potatoes. Okay, I am halfway done. I have done the whole ridge and covered it with hay. And I'm going to give that a little water, you know. But now I'm going to pack this whole side with the purple potatoes and see how far I get. Okay, everybody. Let's just get a little bit more of this. This is tape from cardboard that did not get de-taped. Wow. I didn't realize, this is from 2 years ago. I didn't realize there's so much tape down there. It really is a bit disturbing. Can you believe I did all this work and I haven't even gotten my hands dirty? Look at all that. Yuck. Okay. Make sure when you're breaking down your boxes to get that tape off. It does not biodegrade. Okay, just want to show you the little project I did. I decided to make 3 steps up to the top, and that way I wasn't trampling up the whole side all the time. So now I know where to go, where there's no potatoes planted. But the whole top is done. Just have to wet it down, and then I did all the purple potatoes on the side. I'm going to keep the tarp covering up the area that's not planted, because if I have more potatoes later, I want to be able to peel that off and not have weeds, because this whole thing will get covered with weeds. And I'll tell you how I know. Look, this is the end of the mound down here. So yeah, that's what you're going to be dealing with. And if you can keep your mound weed free, it's so easy to just poke your tool in and give yourself a little groove, pocket. Let me show you what I mean. And another great thing about having a load of topsoil is there's no rocks. And here in Middle Tennessee, you can hardly poke one of these in the ground without running into a rock. So it just made this job so easy. And look, you just simply go, even on a hill, the hillside, you just put And I love this tool. You can find this tool on my Amazon storefront. There's a whole series of these, bigger and smaller. But it's curved. Get the dirt off for a minute, if I can. There, so you can see it's curved. It's a curved blade. And so you want to curve it with the hillside, curving it down, and you simply make a little groove like that, and you just put that little wedge in there. So easy. Now I was really benefited for the fact that we got rain. We got enough rain to get this thing pretty wet, but I got them planted before the thing is covered with weeds. So I'm gonna put the compost on and the hay, and we'll check in a minute. Okay, with compost. And then it just makes it so easy because you just come back and you don't need that much. All you need is an inch, because you're gonna have 2 inches of hay on top of that. So to seal it over, it's just quick and easy. And then of course the hay is gonna keep the hill from eroding. You know, if you didn't put the hay on here, the whole thing would just wash off. Next big torrential rain. Oh, gosh, I'm thinking about all those people in Miami and southern Florida that got hit with that epic rain. Hope all my fans are okay down there. Hope everybody's okay down there, not just people who watch my channel. Can you see that? I see a rainbow right in there. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it with my eyes and through my glasses. I don't know if you can see it. I'm watering it down. We're getting a storm, so it's not a big deal. It's just if we get wind before the storm, I don't want it to blow out of place. Just kind of mats it down, you know? You can actually kind of watch it kind of melt down. My hose barely reaches. I didn't want to have to go find another hose to extend it. I just want to get this job done. It's getting hot. Okay, here's the finished product. I have 3 existing potatoes. One there, one over there, and one down at the top of that other mound. And I've got this pretty well covered. And if I had the energy, I would spread out these wood chips right here, right beside it, like a mound, like a berm, you know? And then that way I could have my driveway through here. I always kind of squeeze through here with my 4-wheeler. That would look nice, just to have a mound here beside the mound. The next thing I have to work on is the blackberry arbor. Fortunately, got a lot of compost and ground up leaves in there for the winter, but some vines need to be taken out, and I have a couple more things to put in. And I've got to do something about all this vetch, because this will take over, and all this chickweed. Another amazing blue sky day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody said I should take out that tree. I don't want to take out that tree. I know there's not a lot left of it, but it's pretty right now. See you next time. Hey, lick all that poison ivy off, okay? Lick all of it off, okay? Oh, okay. Excuse me.